So, in Path of Exile 2, there are 6 different character classes, and in this video we're going to be going through what I believe is the best beginner build for the Witch. When I say beginner, this is like very beginning of the game. I'm going to be explaining more about the weapons, the skills, and the passive skills, rather than I am telling you where to find gear and stuff that's incredibly overpowered. Like, this build is going to make the game easy to get through at least the first 10 levels. Like, this is the most basic a build we'll get. So, starting this one off, if we go to my inventory, my recommendation for the weapons is to have a wand rather than a staff, so that in your offhand you can have a scepter. And the reason I go with this is because the wands, in my opinion, they're quite powerful. You'll see here I've got a rare wand which has the level 2 Bone Blast, but it's got increased spell damage, extra max mana, increased cast speed, intelligence buff, and it's also got like an increase to your mana regen. And then in the other hand, we've got the scepter, and that's because you want, like with a build for the Witch, at least if you're going through the beginning of them, because you might change it further down the line, what you want to do is you want to try and get as many minions as you possibly can. You want to be a summoner. So with this scepter that I've got, you'll see that I've got level 2 skeletal warrior minion, and +1 to the level of all minion skills. And then if we come out of the inventory just quickly and we go to Una, you'll see that if we buy or sell items, you can get these staffs here, but they are going to stop you being able to put like a scepter in your offhand. So that's why I go with the wands over the staffs. And then if we go back to the inventory, the helmet, you basically just want to, like, at least through the first 10 levels, you want to just get the most powerful stuff you can find. So, like here, I've got an armor piece that's got 85 armor, it's got bonus armor, and it's also got life regen, which are going to be very, very helpful. And then what you can do if you're unsure about what something is you can hold down Alt so that you can inspect the item. And if you hover over, it's going to tell you, like the things that are underlined, it's going to tell you exactly what they do. But your goal with a Witch build, at least when you're a summoner, like at the start of the game, you want to be standing back and letting all your minions do the work. So if we go to the passive skills now, I have gone up the left side of the starting like part of the skill tree. And that's because I want to get as much increased spell damage, and I want my minions to deal as much damage as possible. So I've gone, like, I basically put a point into this and chose strength, because there was something I was using at the time that required extra strength. So I've gone all the way up the spell and the minion damage until I got to raw destruction. Then I've gone over to the right a little bit for the cast speed, which is going to be really, really helpful. And then I'm moving back up the increased damage part for the spells and the minions. You want, like, with this build that I've set up, it's a massive, massive focus on minions. And if we go into the skills themselves, I've got Bone Blast, which comes on my wand. Then I've got Skeletal Warrior, which is the one that comes from the scepter that I've got. Then Unearth is a skill you definitely want to take. What this does is it's going to raise spikes in front of you, which deal a little bit of damage, but it's also going to summon allies from enemy corpses. So if an enemy dies, you use Unearth, and what it's going to do is basically resummon the enemy as an ally. It becomes a minion for you to use. Then I've gone for Skeletal Sniper. I've not got the Skeletal Warrior at the moment because I don't have enough Spirit. You need to use Spirit to summon these. But then I've got Flame Wall, which is really, really helpful. And then I've also gone with Skeletal Arsonist because they're going to stand back with the Sniper and it's extra ranged damage. So I'd say the most important ones is to have a couple of minions, whether it is your Snipers, your Warriors, or your Arsonists. But definitely take Unearth and Flame Wall. They are going to be like the best beginner skills you can take for a Witch class. So when it comes to using this build, if we quickly go and find some enemies, as I said, it's a very, very basic build. But if you just stand back, let your minions do their thing, then use Unearth when you can to get the extra minions, and then also summon in your Flame Walls. So if we go over to these enemies, you'll see that I'm barely getting a chance to do any damage or anything like that, because the minions are really, really powerful when you like basically group them all together. And then if I wanted some more minions, I would use Unearth on some dead enemies, and they're going to respawn and basically build up your numbers. And you'll see, if I just quickly go to the skills again with Unearth, it says in the blue writing at the bottom, it says limit to 10 bone constructs. So I can have 10 extra minions with me.
Depraved witch, you are not long for this world. Cut down. These spirits are mine! Your meaningless life ends now! Cut down! Your soul is mine! My beloved Sin, cut down!
I am here, my beloved.
Succumb to the Empire! Cut down! Your soul is mine! Spirit's hunger! Your intrusion will be punished! Succumb to the Empire! I will end your meaningless life! Your intrusion, Abyssinia! Join me! I command you, rend your soul! Your soul is mine! I require your aid, Abyssinia!
I am
Down! Rend your soul! Your soul is mine! These spirits are mine! Your intrusion will be punished! To me, Abyssinia, your meaningless life ends now! Your intrusion will be punished! Servants, obey! Cut down to me, Abyssinia! Soul is mine! Succumb to the Empire!
So that is the best beginner build for a witch, at least in my opinion. You want to go with a wand over a staff so you can have the scepter in the other hand so that you can get the benefit of extra minions. Like, your main focus with this is minions and fire damage. And you want to grab Unearth so that you can summon extra minions. You want to level it up as much as you can. And you also want to get Flame Wall because that's just a really, really powerful early game spell. And then in the passive skills, you work on your spell damage or minion damage. And you're going to have a relatively easy time moving up to, like, making progress through Act 1, moving up to level 10 and then a little bit higher and stuff. And then I believe this is basically like tutorial land. When you get to like level 15 plus and you get into those sorts of areas where the monsters are like level 15 plus, I believe the difficulty really kicks in then. So you've got like tutorial up to like level 10, 15, then you've got early game from like level 15 to 45, then you've got mid game, which is your crawl, and then you've got the end game after all of that. So this is for like pretty much up to like level 10, 15. Focus on the minions, the fire damage, all of your spell damage and everything like that. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Thank you for watching.